If you guys are watching this video right this second, right now, I need you guys to like this video. Please leave a like on this video, and if you guys can, share this video with another person. Anyone that you know, just share this video with them because this needs to be seen by everybody. Like, I can't even believe that this is happening, but this is serious. Like, this is a code red. Share this video with everyone you know, and please like the video because it will help the video get out there so more people can see this. People are actually losing their eyes. People are going blind, and I just need to let you guys know about this before it gets any worse than it already is. A lot of people don't know this, so that's why I'm making this video. This is very important that you guys watch until the end so you know everything. So please watch this whole entire video all the way into the end. Kids, adults are losing their eyes from looking up at the sun today. Believe it or not, there is this solar eclipse going on in America right now. And I don't know, by the time I'm uploading this, it may be over, it may not. Do not look at the sun. Like, do not look at the sun at all. Go outside with sunglasses. And listen, I live in Florida and I'm used to bright days, sunny days. I'm used to looking at the sun. But listen, when I say go out with sunglasses, you guys need to go out with sunglasses. Like, you will literally damage your eyes. I have something to show you in this video, so watch this video all the way into the end so you know everything. People are literally losing their eyesight from trying to look at this solar eclipse, and actually a few people already have lost their eyesight from doing this. Be careful, be safe, and without further ado, here's the video.
With the solar eclipse right around the corner, many Americans hope to get a glimpse of it. According to a CBS poll, 68% are excited for the eclipse and 31% won't pay much attention. And people who view the event in 10 days should take the right health precautions to avoid damaging their eyes. Daniel Nottingham spoke to one man who suffered permanent damage from looking at an eclipse.
Leonard Bates was 9 years old when he saw his first eclipse. The 80-year-old made his own viewer instead of using solar glasses.
I didn't think it was necessary to buy smoke glass, so I smoked some glass myself.
That decision cost him. Bates permanently lost some vision in his right eye.
There was a spot right in the center of my right eye, my focus. It was just a blur.
Millions of Americans are getting ready to view the next eclipse on August 21st. But Dr. Russell Van Gelder from the University of Washington School of Medicine warns blindness is a risk if you don't have proper eye protection.
It's so dangerous for people to look at the sun, even for brief periods of time, because you can cause permanent damage to the retina. We call it solar retinopathy, and it's really very close to burning a hole in the retina.
The only way to safely view a partial or total eclipse is with certified solar glasses. Simple sunglasses are not enough.
The American Astronomical Society has a list of reputable eclipse glasses and handheld viewers on its website, stamped with this approval code.
The other piece of advice I have is when you're watching the eclipse with children, be sure the kids keep their eye protection on. It's very exciting for them and they want to take the eye protection off.
Very, very careful. I mean, the warnings that you hear are right.
Bates still has vision in his left eye. He says this time around, he'll watch the eclipse on TV. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Schools and summer camps around the country are preparing for the solar eclipse that's just days away. And while it's a very exciting time, experts are reminding adults to make sure kids are viewing the eclipse in a safe way. Kenneth Craig has more on which precautions to take.
Aiden Miller is enjoying his final days of summer camp, and it's right here where he and his fellow campers will witness an historic moment.
Are you excited for the solar eclipse?
Yes.
But as exciting as it is, the director of Twin Oaks Day Camp in New York knows the eclipse poses a possible danger for her campers' eyes. She's taking precautions to keep everyone safe.
We explain to them exactly what an eclipse is, what it looks like, and how to protect themselves.
That means having the proper eyewear and keeping it on, according to Dr. Russell Van Gelder from the University of Washington.
The sun's rays are strong enough to potentially cause permanent damage to the retina if people stare directly at the sun. And for children in particular, because they may not understand or be able to fully appreciate those risks, supervision is critical.
Camp leaders here have purchased a pair of eclipse glasses for every camper and counselor. Experts say it's important to do a practice run putting them on so kids know what to expect.
It's become a classroom science lesson across the country. Some districts have decided to keep students inside altogether.
Come on, girls.
At Twin Oaks, younger campers will stay inside, and the older children, glasses on, will get to see the eclipse in small supervised groups. 8-year-old Aiden is counting down the days.
It's going to be really dark. I know that. And it's going to be really fun.
A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in the summer sky. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Freeport, New York.
Well, we are counting down now to the solar eclipse.
Yeah, as humans, we need protective eyewear, but some folks are wondering how they should protect their pets. The rare total solar eclipse is causing some concern among pet owners. So should dog owners who want to watch the eclipse with their canine companion get them protective eyewear too? Dog owners weighed in on the dilemma.
You know, just enjoy it with me. Probably they'll just like blindfold them.
They don't have some eye protection, and they probably would suffer some of the same eye damage that a human would.
Despite the concern that their four-legged friends may suffer possible eye damage, doctors say there are no real specific precautions that pet owners need to take to protect their pets from the eclipse. And we are gearing up for and counting down to this historic event. In the coming days, we'll prepare you for this rare and exciting experience.
Yes, every day in every newscast, Eyewitness News will have you covered with all the eclipse information you need to know. So stay with CBS 3 and CBSPhilly.com. It's Eclipse Fest. That starts Monday, August 14th, only on CBS 3.
A total solar eclipse is a must-see phenomenon. But is it true that staring at one can make you go blind? The short answer is yes. Staring at an eclipse will damage your eyes. In fact, staring at the sun anytime is downright dangerous.
Okay, so I'm going to point it at the sun now.
Dr. Ralph Chu is a leading optometrist and astronomer who literally helped write the standards for solar eclipse eye safety. He also has a pretty amazing observatory in his backyard.
That's a beautiful view of the sun today.
I paid him a visit to find out just what happens to our eyes when we stare at the sun.
The light-sensitive photoreceptors at the back of the eye, in what we call the retina, have these structures that absorb the light and turn it into an electrical signal that goes to the brain. And when you've got a very, very bright light source like the sun, there's so much of this light energy pouring in there that it overwhelms the mechanisms that are converting that light.
This, in turn, causes a nasty chemical reaction in your eye. Not good. And whatever light your photoreceptors can't handle goes on to hit a layer in the back of your eye that absorbs that light and turns it into heat.
It can actually raise the temperature so that at the cellular level, you're actually getting generation of steam inside the cell, which literally cooks it from the inside.
Stare at the sun long enough and your eyes are in trouble, period. So is looking at an eclipse any worse? No. The sun is no brighter or stronger, and it's certainly not easier to look at. Same sun, same risk. The only difference is we actually want to stare at the sun because a solar eclipse is amazing, right? So our willpower overcomes the natural urge to look away, and that's when we run into problems.
I've certainly seen cases of people who stared at the sun long enough that they did burn the shape of the sun into their retinas. You can almost tell exactly when they looked because you've got the shape of the crescent burned in.
Yeah, evidence of eclipse curiosity literally burned into your eyes. But there is one time, and one time only, when it's safe to look directly at a solar eclipse. When this happens.
Wow! Whoa!
Totality. When the moon completely covers the sun and only the corona is visible. For this brief time, day becomes night, and it's safe to look directly at it. In fact, it gets so dark during totality that animals become confused and start their nighttime routines. But totality doesn't last long, and you have to be in a specific location to see it at all. So, spectacular astronomical event. Time to break out the telescope or binoculars, right? No, worst idea ever, unless you have special solar filters. Even if you're wearing eclipse glasses, it's still a bad idea. Here's what happened when Dr. Chu held up a pair to his unfiltered telescope.
Oh my God.
The solar lens burned in seconds. Now imagine an eyeball there. Thinking sunglasses? Think again. Even the darkest sunglasses have nothing on proper eclipse glasses. They filter out 10,000 times more light than the darkest pair of shades you can buy.
There is no way that you can look at the sun with a pair of sunglasses and be safe.
So here's a safe way to check out a solar eclipse. For a direct view, get yourself a pair of very stylish eclipse glasses. They should only set you back a few dollars, but make sure they're legit. You can find them at a science store or your local astronomical group. Make sure you look for this international standards number. But be warned, some counterfeiters are using this number as well. For an indirect view, you can make an easy pinhole projector with supplies you likely have kicking around the house. And of course, you can watch, glasses free, on TV or online. Wherever you watch, however you watch, remember, never ever look directly at the sun, no matter how tempted you may be. Because while a solar eclipse certainly is beautiful, it's just not worth your eyesight.
Hey, I'm Nicole Mortolero, CBC News science and technology reporter. Check out the links below to read more about the August 21st eclipse, including the best places to see it. And keep an eye out for updates, as I'll be heading down to St. Joseph, Missouri to check out the eclipse right on the center line with my very own two.
So dangerous for people to look at the sun, even for brief periods of time.
Very, very careful. I mean, the warnings that you hear are right.
Well, eclipses are mainly dangerous because the sun is dangerous. It's easy to lose your central vision from staring at the sun too long, and typically people who lose their central vision from staring at the sun too long are either on drugs or have some sort of psychological or psychiatric illness. For example, I had one guy who told me he absorbs energy from the sun by staring at it, so he'd stare at it for hours. Well, I don't know how much energy he did absorb, but he lost his central vision. And it's important to keep central vision because it doesn't take far into the periphery until you lose all of your high detail vision. So I'll look off to the side and I can't even see the details on the camera anymore because my peripheral vision doesn't have the photoreceptor density that the center of vision does. And that's both a photochemical reaction, meaning the chemistry that happens in the retina to induce that electrical cascade that sends the signal to the brain, but it's also an actual heat reaction, an infrared radiation cooking the retina. So don't look at the sun. So you might say, well, I look at the sun occasionally, it's never been a big deal. Why is everyone so focused on an eclipse? And there are basically two reasons for that, other than the fact that you're probably more likely to look at an eclipse than the sun because the sun is more boring. So the first reason is kind of simple. Our pupils constrict when there's bright light, and that's to limit the amount of light that goes into the eye. Now during the early phases or the post-total phase of an eclipse, the total brightness is a lot lower. So relative to other times we might look at the sun, the pupils are a lot more dilated and letting more light in. Now the second one's more important, and that's that our eyes can only autofocus or accommodate on things with fine detail. Which is why if you look at the sun normally, it's hard to get it in perfect focus because there are no crisp edges for the natural lens to be flexible with and the muscles inside the eye to pull on to put the focus in fine focus. Whereas with an eclipse, you do have those sharp moon edges giving you a clear delineation of that crescent. And so you can really fine-tune focus it. And if you've ever taken a magnifying glass and tried to burn a leaf, you know that if you're a little bit defocused with the magnifying glass and you don't get that perfect pinpoint spot, it's not going to burn. But as soon as you get it tightly focused, that's when that energy density is enough to burn the leaf. And that's the exact same thing that happens because we can focus on those moon edges. So an eclipse is far more dangerous than looking at the sun normally, because our eyes can lock on and accommodate and put it in perfect focus right in the center of the retina. Now, it's important to protect your eyes, and normally we recommend good 100% UV protection from sunglasses. That's not enough for an eclipse for actually staring at the sun, so you need something that meets the ISO standards, and you can go to NASA's website if you want to learn more about that. I will warn you, there are a lot of counterfeit, cheap eclipse glasses available, so be careful where you're getting them from. But protect yourself. Don't get your eyes burned, and have a good time.